I left him, and that was my motivation to work harder and to focus on my dream. Like I said, I applied to only one school. The short version of the story is that I got in. Thank you. So I got into this school, and today I stand here, not having studied one degree there, but two at two different campuses. The point I'm making with this story, and it's not because I'm great, it's not because of that, but when you believe, and when you believe that with God all things are possible, and when you push through, in spite of the adversity, in spite of the obstacles, in spite of the storm, I'm telling you, your reward will be great. As long as you remember to always glorify God. Always give the glory to God, because it's not of you. It's not because of you. As long as you do that, then you will reach some great, limitless heights. Because he tells you, if you get puffed up and you start thinking, I do this, I did that, your reward is just that, nothing else. But when you give the glory to God, and you're grateful and you're helping people, the reward that you will get will be insurmountable. So that's the other thing, guys. Always remember to be grateful. I see some children here. I'm so happy that the parents brought the children. They're never too young to learn. When I was your age, someone had told me what I know now, my journey could have been different. It is not that I regret my journey. I'm grateful for it. And nowadays, when I get any sort of battle or storm, and you know how battles come, it's not just one or two. One thing happened, and before you know it, it's like Murphy's Law is everywhere. Anything can go wrong, it will go wrong. That's just how it is. But you know what? I'm at a point in my life now where I can say, thank God for my storm. Thank God. I can say thank God for my struggles. And you know why? God doesn't tempt anyone, but he will test you. The test is to make you stronger. And I believe that if he didn't think you were capable, he would not have tested you. Because God is not that type of person. He's a God of goodness, of compassion. He's a great God. He wants to see you do well. But he doesn't want you to think it's an easy ride. Otherwise, you will not push yourself. You will just become complacent and you will say, I'm going to stay at this level. But there's no such thing as this level. An even keel, no such thing. The moment you get stuck here, guess what? You're going to go somewhere. It's either up or down. And in most cases, it's down. So you must always keep it moving. Human beings are inherently teleological. You always want to go, you always want more. And no matter where you are in your life and how well someone else might think you're doing, as long as you're there and you're someone who believes in growth, you're going to want to do more. So you must always look for a way to do more, to be more, because you can do that. The final point I want to make today is where I started. We all have a purpose. We're all here for a reason. And a lot of times we're in situations where we are not reminded of that. We have people around us who tell you, you can't do that. How often have you heard that? I'm sure every single person in this room has heard at one point in time or another, you can't do that. I'm sure you've heard that. How many times you go to your parents or someone you trust a lot, and you say, I want to start this business, but I'm not sure where the money's going to come from. What do you think? Girl, you know how much it is to start a business? You're going to need startup cash. Where are you going to get that? Where are you going to get the proper location? Who's going to buy it for you? You're glad. I mean, we exist in that reality today. But at the same time, there are lots of people like us who probably don't have even half the gifts that some of y'all have, who are doing much better because they believe and they were willing to start. Before I started speaking, I didn't know that there was such a thing as motivational speaking. But what I knew was that I felt empty. For 2 years, I felt like I just existed. My life literally just went by and I was just there. So I could say that I was wandering the streets of New York. Guys, don't get psyched out or crazy. I was not mad. I was on the street living, but I was just going to and fro about my business, and I was just doing it, going through the motion. But I felt empty, and I was dying inside. I knew I was dying, and I couldn't tell my parents back in Jamaica. Every month I spent their money. I did what I was supposed to do, so they thought I was doing well. I'm in America making big dollars. It's not all about the money. Even though it's important, we all needed to do different things. I'm working, I'm trying to get some more too. So the money is important, but the point I'm making is that as long as you're not fulfilled, as long as you're not doing what you're supposed to do, as long as you don't feel as if you're maximizing, and you don't feel within yourself that joy, you're not going to be happy. And that's where I want to make a distinction between joy and happiness. If you notice, it's joy and happiness. Two different things. We often conflate the two. But happiness is outward, and happiness, you get glances. So you could be happy now when you step out the door and something happens, and you become unhappy. But joy is sustainable. My desire is to have joy, because joy comes from within. I want to be at that place whereby I exude my